Yeah, so there's a thread here on Twitter, and it's interesting. We don't have to go through each of them because they're all kind of very similar. There's a weird thing going on. I don't know if you remember earlier in the year when we came out with that Pine Gap video. I had a bit of like a tear-filled tirade at the end where I was talking about how like our entire country, everyone's fucking geared towards being like the front line in the war with China, just being like doing a little salute to Uncle Sam, and then just completely like kamikazing ourselves against our biggest trading partner, China. And recently, I don't know, I think it feels like this month or in the past like week or so, you've had like a lot of people come out against this like cozying up to America against our own interests. And you've got the normal voices. So
I love this. You guys all got angry at me for suggesting that this man was sexy. Wait until you hear him bloody riff.
He's on fire. He's charismatic. I mean, he's a previous Australian Prime Minister. But
he did a lot of shit stuff. He passed a lot of anti-worker stuff. Yeah. He was in charge when the Accord was happening, and that fucked Australian unions. Yeah. But he's good on China.
But he's good on China, and now he's like the most vocal voice. So he's come out.
See, we're going to get AUKUS, but not the submarines. What we're going to get is what Kurt Campbell, the Deputy Secretary of State, has said: we're going to tie these guys up for 40 years. What AUKUS is about in the American mind is turning the suckers into Australia. We're locking us up for 40 years with American bases all around. I mean, what this report today tells you, they're going to have American bases all around Australia. American bases, not Australian, but all around Australia. So AUKUS is really about, in American terms, the military control of Australia. I mean, what's happened? I say this: the Albanese government, with and their policy, is likely to turn Australia into the 51st state of the United States.
He's gotten a bit older.
He's very old.
Yeah, look at him. He's slowed down a bit in his talking. But he's saying just like what is common sense things for like anyone looking at this situation. But it comes across as refreshing because that's the complete opposite of what the news usually talks about.
Well, like the way Keating comes at this, he doesn't come at this from like a pro-China position.
Yeah,
he's
or even like an anti-war position. It's more just like
it's about Australian like sovereignty. Yeah. And he sees Australia as a sovereign nation that should make the strategic choices based on their best interests. And he does not think throwing ourselves completely in with the Americans in every single way and pissing off China is what we should do.
Yeah, exactly. And Malcolm Turnbull, which is nuts, another Australian PM, was saying that obviously it's an issue for Australian sovereignty if we're buying these American nuclear subs that we can't operate, so we're just literally just paying to.
We might not even get them.
Yeah, might not even get them.
We might not even get them.
Yeah, it's so nuts. It's just insane. It's like a crazy money laundering scheme. Yeah, so there's just constant people coming out of the woodworks, raising the alarm, which is nice. It's quite nice to hear when I thought our country was strapped in and ready to just explode.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's slightly happier news. Another one recently, Australian ambassador to China. Similar thing. Anyway, what are we looking at?
Anyway,
boring. Who cares about war? More stuff about Australia. Maybe we can skip this guy. Yeah, we can talk about it later.